Hey there guys, it's Tom, welcome back to a brand new video, and this is part number 12 of my F1 2015 Zero2Hero career mode, and we're here for the Italian Grand Prix at the famous Monza circuit, and it's a track that I really like. It's one of the classics on the calendar, and for some reason I've never been a massive fan of this track. Obviously it's slightly boring, but I do seem to enjoy it on this game for some reason. The track seems to flow very nicely, there's not a lot of understeer, the car feels quite nice, so hopefully we can have a good race here. And last time out, as you guys saw, I'm gonna give you guys a spoiler, so in case you missed the last race, there's a link down in the description, and I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to look at it before I spoil it. So basically, in the previous race, we got the upgrades that we required. We got the 3 upgrades after winning the Spa Grand Prix, our second race in a row actually that we won. So we're definitely getting back on top of the upgrade situation, and as you can see here, we're loading up the setup for Monza, and last time out we're gonna basically modify what we unlocked from the last race. As you can see, this is the Spa setup that we had, and we're just going to modify those things that we unlocked. So as you can see, the rear camber there, we're going to max it out to the full left because that's one of the upgrades that we got. And also now looking at the suspension part, the front suspension, we're going to max it out to 11 and the rear suspension down to 1 because those were the other 2 upgrades that we unlocked. So that is the setup that we're going to be running for the Monza Grand Prix. So basically, those things that I've unlocked, I'm maxing them out for this race, and we're going to try our absolute hardest here to push. And I noticed in practice straight off the bat, and you guys will see it, you might have seen me tweet about it, but this car was so fast in a straight line. I can't even begin to explain, guys. We were so rapid. And as you can see here, we're coming to the end of our first time lap in practice, and we're going to come across the line, and we're actually up at first place already. So a really good lap there, and go straight to the top of the time sheets, which was I was quite surprised with, to be honest. But the car really seemed to stick around here and worked really good, and it showed in practice. As you can see, we come right now for our second time lap, and we actually improved ever so slightly, but we did improve a little bit. So a really good pace here in practice, and I actually finished the session in second place. So very good things, and the race does look positive. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the race and see how we get on for the Italian Grand Prix. So here we are then, it is race day here at Monza, and as you can see, we're starting from the back as per usual, and we've got both of the Manners and both of the McLarens ahead of us. Actually, the McLarens actually didn't do too bad around here. I was quite surprised there. Like, one of them, I can't remember who it was, but one of them actually got like into 14th place or something like that. So quite impressive from them. But as you can see, the grid, Lewis Hamilton actually starts in 3rd place. So that's good for us because obviously he's a championship brother, and he's 25 points ahead of us going into this race. So we're going to try and cut down the deficit as we gear up to 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix, and we actually get a pretty decent start for a change here. As you can see, we get a little bit of wheel spin, but overall we didn't really lose the tail end too much, and the car actually stuck quite nicely, and I'm actually starting to get on top of these starts a little bit now. As now we go into turn 1, into the barrier, into the Zero2Hero, and we're going to try and slot our car up the inside. As you can see, we're getting a bit of contact there with I think that's Will Stevens on our inside, and we're going 3 wide here. We're actually getting onto the grass, and we get spun round. We've been spun round, and I think that was Jenson Button who spun us round there. So we've had contact already on the first lap, so we're going to have to try and recover straight away here. And not what you wanted here on the start of the race, but luckily enough, it's only the first lap on the first corner, so we still got a long race to go, and we can try and recover. As now on lap 2, you can see we're going to go up the inside of up the inside of Mary and Jenson Button. So we're going to try and get Button back, but Button actually gets a really good line through turn 1 and 2, and we only passed Mary for the time being. But now going through turn 3, Curva Grande here, and as you can see, we're now going clean around the outside of Jenson Button. I'm just going to fly past him like he's not even there. We managed to make quick work of Jenson Button, the guy who originally spun us out on the first lap, and so far so good as we're now on the back of Will Stevens once again, going through Curva Grande. As you can see, we're getting in the slipstream here. We've got so much more straight line speed. We're just going to pull to the inside, and it's an easy overtake for us here up into P16. So really good move there. And someone's actually in the pits, I've got to say, by the way, guys. I've just realised now, watching the highlights back, I forgot to put it in the video, but I believe Felipe Massa was in the pit, and as we go onto the grass to pass Ricciardo, they're getting onto the grass, Sebastian Vettel / Alonso-esque, when they had to pass through Curva Grande on the grass there on the exit, but we managed to make a double overtake there, and now we're setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as we're on the slipstream of Verstappen here, and we're going to hit 378 kilometers an hour before slowing it all down into the braking zone. So incredible straight line speed here, but like I was saying, Matt's actually in the pits on lap 3. It must have had some kind of altercation there, and I forgot to put in the highlights, but that's why we're getting 2 places instead of 1. But now we're on the back of Danica Kvyat as we go through to Curva Grande. We're going to go around the outside of the Russian driver, and here's textbook stuff from us, and what an absolute brilliant overtake that was. And also the one before, Ricardo and Alonso, Jesus, I can't even explain. Like, the overtakes this race have been incredible. As now we're overtaking both of the Lotuses. Oh my god, it's a quadruple overtake. Oh my god, I can't even believe what I'm saying. We've overtaken 4 cars down that back straight into Parabolica. Absolutely incredible overtake there, and we're going to have to look at a replay of that, but that was absolutely incredible. As you can see, we pulled to the inside of both of the Lotuses. We passed Sainz and also Marcus Ericsson, or I think that's Felipe Nasr, and we passed him up the inside of Parabolica, and what a brilliant overtake that was. 4 cars in one straight, incredible stuff, and as for it on speed, it's just absolutely incredible here this race. And now we're on the back of Sergio Perez, going to the start lap number 7, and we're in the slipstream. We're going to have the DRS, we're going to pull to the outside, and it's going to be an easy overtake, but can we get Marcus Ericsson crucially into turn 1? We'll have to wait and see. We're going to pull to the inside, brake really late, and we're just about manage to slide our car up the inside and make the move on Ericsson there. We're with the P6, so a nice double overtake there once again. And definitely after that first spin on the first lap, we're making quick work of this AI cars here at Monza. We're definitely trying to just give a statement of intent that we're not out of this race just yet, and we've still got a hell of a lot left in the tank, as now we fly past Nico Hulkenberg just before the Ascari chicane with the DRS wide open, easy move there. And now on lap 8, as you can see, we come into the pit lane, and it's going to be our first of 2 pit stops. So we're going to see how it goes. As you can see, we're on to our pit box now, and we've got a couple of cars in the pits. We've got, I think, a Ferrari, as you see there, putting out the pit box, and the Mercedes have also just been into the pit lane as well. So we've got a little bit of ground to make up, because obviously those in front of us, especially their championship rivals such as Hamilton and Vettel, they're way up the road. So we've got a little bit of recovery driving to do now, and here we are coming out of the pit box, and we're going to get off the limiter, and we're going to rejoin, presumably in P11. Yes, we do. We rejoin 11th place, so not too bad of a pit stop there. Hopefully we can try and maybe get an undercut on some people ahead of us who didn't pit. As now going to start number 10, as you can see, we've got a couple of cars in the pits here, and we're going to go up to P5, so we're going to retake our original position before the pit stops, and we've got a yellow flag up ahead, so something's gone wrong. And I think, oh my, is that a red car? Yeah, that's a red car. That's Raikkonen, who's backwards at turn 1, so there must have been some kind of incident, and we've managed to pass him, so we're up in the P4 now, and we've got to look at a replay here as to what happened. As you can see, Raikkonen comes out of the pit lane, and Vettel just tags him at the front on the front left, and it just spins him round. So very unfortunate for Kimi Raikkonen there, but definitely the Tifosi won't be happy with that one in their home race with both of their Ferraris coming together. So there might be some wars in the Ferrari pit crew after that in the pit garage. So not good for them. But now on lap number 10, as you can see, we're actually up into P3, and we overtake Rosberg somehow. And Rosberg was nowhere to be seen. So we need to look at replay once again to see exactly what happened. As you can see, going through the first Lesmo, there's Lewis Hamilton, and Rosberg's right behind him on board with Lewis Hamilton now, going to the second Lesmo, and all of a sudden it just comes to a grinding halt, and then Rosberg goes straight into the back of him. As you can see there, the debris just flies, and then here comes Sebastian Vettel, and he just passes Lewis Hamilton for the lead of the race. So both of the Mercedes now had a bit of a crash, so it's all kicking off here in Monza. But that was a really strange incident there. Lewis Hamilton seemed to have a glitch and just came to a standing halt at the second Lesmo. As you can see, he's got damage on the back of his car, and we're going to fly past him before Parabolica, and we're up into P2 somehow. So this somehow has developed into a possible race win, just like Spa, when we didn't really seem to have a chance to win the race. We've just come into it rather last second, and now it looks like we've got some chance of winning the race. As you can see, going through the laps, we're setting the fastest lap after fastest lap and after fastest lap. We are absolutely on it at the moment, trying to close down the gap to Sebastian Vettel, who is the race leader, and trying our absolute hardest to try and catch him. As you can see, up 17, there's Vettel, so we've made up a lot of ground, and we're coming into the pits now, and it's going to be a bit of a pit stop battle to see who comes out on top. Hopefully we don't get held up too much, and I'm just looking at it now, Felipe Nasr's in an incredible third place. Whether he has to pit or not, I don't know, but third place for the Sauber driver, that's incredible for him there. Here we are then, leaving the pits, and we're on the back of Vettel, like I said, and hopefully we've got 9 laps to try and pass him, so hopefully we can try our hardest on these prime tyres, and try and get that race win, because if we win 3 races in a row, this could be incredible, especially because Lewis Hamilton had to do an extra pit stop, and Rosberg out of the race. We could be gaining a lot of points in the drivers and constructors on our championship rivals, so it should be really good for us. As you can see now, onto that 23, we're on the back of Vettel with the DRS. We're going to pull to the inside, and we're up into the lead of the race. So our straight line speed, Vettel has no response to it, and we're up in the lead of the race there with a really easy overtake up the inside. Textbook stuff there, and we're now in first place, but Vettel is not going to yield, and he's going to want to try and win this race for the Tifosi. As you can see, he comes back us up the inside off Parabolica here, and a really good move from him, but we're going to get a beautiful cutback on him, which is going to set us right onto his gearbox, going down the pit straight across the start finish line. line onto lap 25. And we should have DRS on Vettel here as we go to the outside, open up the rear flap, and we've got so much more straight line speed. It's not even fair, and that should be illegal because we're back into the leader race and we're going to hit so much straight line speed down the straight, and Vettel just can't respond unless he has DRS. And we're now back into the leader race with 2.5 laps to go. Hopefully we can try and make this stick, but now skipping later on lap 25. As you can see, Vettel once again is coming back at us, and he's got DRS on us and going into Ascari. He's going to go up her inside, and he's going to go back into the lead of the race. So a really good ding-dong battle between myself and Vettel here for the race win with a couple of laps to go in front of the Tifosi. Vettel's trying his hardest to try and get that race win for the Ferrari in their home race, but we're going to re-overtake Vettel going up the inside just before Parabolica here. But however, this is going to allow Vettel to have DRS, but we should be able to defend quite nicely from him. And I'm going to lap 26 now, as you can see, one lap later, onto the start of the final lap of the race. Vettel's coming back us with DRS up the inside, and we're going to try and squeeze him to the inside, but he's going to commit to the move nonetheless. Very brave stuff there from the 4-time world champion, and he's going to take us up the inside, and we're going to lose the rear end on the exit of the first chicane, and Vettel's actually going to get a little bit of breathing space and a little bit of a gap. But now skipping on to the end of lap 27 with one more corner to go. Can we make the move again in the slipstream of Vettel? We're going to go up the inside. There's a yellow flag for some reason, and because Vettel broke so early, it threw me off, and I ran awfully deep. We've lost the rear end into Vettel, but we managed to catch it. Who's going to win the race? It's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to win it? And it's going to be, oh my god, I think that was Vettel just. I think Vettel just won that, but you guys can comment in the comments down below, but I think Vettel just won that by a whisker. That was so close, and what an Italian Grand Prix there. Brilliant stuff. Wow guys, what a race. I can't believe it. Official confirmation as we actually finished in second place, but look at the gap to Sebastian Vettel. We must have finished that close that the game couldn't even identify a difference in gap. So that was so close. I don't know, maybe Vettel won because of alphabetical order, I have no idea, but there's never even a gap to how close we finished to Vettel. That's how close it was. And Felipe Nasr coming in a brilliant third place, and Grosjean also in fourth there, so good results for them. And Lewis Hamilton crucially in 11th place outside of the points, and this means that we're now 7 points behind Lewis in the Drivers' Championship now. So this has really got exciting now, and the last couple of races we've really started to close the gap on Hamilton, and then that hit where he finished outside the points, that's going to help us massively. And also Rosberg DNF'd, so this means that Mercedes got no points in this race. So in the constructors, things close up also with now the top three covered by 55 points. So things are really starting to heat up in the second half of the season, and it's absolutely incredible to watch. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But that was the race, and now we're going to move on to the upgrades and downgrades now. Once again, looking at the board, you guys know the drill by now. We won the race, so this means we get 3 upgrades and 3 spins of the wheel. So that is the rule number 1, the top one. So we're going to have 3 spins of the wheel for 3 upgrades. So we're going to see what we get. And by the way guys, I'm only showing you the 3 upgrades that of things that we've never unlocked before, because I'm not going to bother showing you things that we've already unlocked. So here we are, and the first upgrade is rear toe. So that's a very good upgrade. That will come in very handy for us in the next race in Singapore. Then upgrade number 2 is going to be differential on throttle. Just could have been tire pressures, but it's going to be differential on throttle there. And then the third and final upgrade for the next race in Singapore is going to be the ballast, which is a bit of a meh upgrade, because I always run the ballast on 6. But nevertheless guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do smash the like button down below, and if you're new around here, then please subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's a link down below in the description. But yeah guys, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, then please smash the like button. That's better from me guys, and I'll see you guys next time for the Singapore Grand Prix. So from me, goodbye.